Good morning everyone, it's Richard from Seeker Training and today is the 49th video and it's Freakout Friday. Right, as you can see I've got a mask on because I've got some ideas which I've been given. Thank you to one of my class goers. One of the ideas is to try and stop glass fogging up. I hope you can hear me. About Kleenex being turned over and put into the bridge, or toilet paper. I have experimented, and cloth ones without the metal bridge, which puts it flat against there, doesn't work as much. It does reduce some of the actual fogging in the glasses, but the ones with the metal bridge, where you get a better seal, does work almost 100%, okay, to stop you from fogging up. So it's just a little bit of tissue paper on the bridge of the nose to create a buffer. Now, thank you very much for the advice. I thought I'd just try it out, but yet on a cloth one like that, it's not as good. So maybe if you have an old one of these, take the bridge out, slide it in or sew it in, or if you just tack it in, or you could even use a paper clip if you bend the corners out that way so they don't stick into your skin. Right, so that's over and done with. Let's get the rest of the paperwork out of the way. So if you haven't actually seen a doctor to actually allow you to exercise, please see a doctor, or you can fill out my Parkview health questionnaire, which is pinned below this video on YouTube and on the website, or pinned at the top of my Facebook page. Send it to me, I'll have a look at it, we'll have a conflab, and we'll get to it there and then. Right, okay. Sorry, someone's cutting, I think, slabs outside, stone slabs. So, sorry. Right, so, the talk today, an interesting talk. Right, bit of a childish one. We're going to talk about poop. Yep, poo, plop, anything like that, okay? So it's basically the bodily function of excrement. Why am I talking about that? Well, if you go to a homeopathy, they have a full page asking you about how you go to the loo. Why is that relevant? Well, if you have a good diet, you should be regular. You should be able to go without pushing too hard. You shouldn't be too soft or too hard. It should be a certain colour, certain consistency, certain size. I'm not going to go into the details about it, how to actually go around it. I'm just going to say, basically, that's mainly it. I'm going to go into other things in a moment, but one thing I would like to state is, the smellier it is, the better it is for your body. Just think of a cow. A cow has 3 stomachs. It absorbs everything out of its food, and what it wastes is absolute garbage. No one at all can eat that stuff or even absorb it because it's just nothing. That's why it smells so bad. That's why when having a tin of beans, you can end up making rude noises and smells because of the fibre. The amount, the way it's broken down in your body creates gas. A lot of people have problems with green leafy vegetables. It gives them a little bit of a stomachache and can make them smell quite bad. But it's that smell which is actually showing that it's actually working well in your system. For the most part, there are caveats. So, the reason why I'm saying that is I'm going on to other things is listen to your body. Look at your body. Your fingernails as well. The way that the striations which will go that way or sideways or different colorations of your nails can all tell you whether you're deficient in minerals, vitamins, skin, how soft it is, how brittle it is, your hair, your eyes, your teeth, everything about you, including your joints as well. If there's something wrong, there could be a deficiency somewhere. Cramps, mineral deficiency. Okay, so it's potassium, magnesium, chromium, any kind of metal deficiency will create cramps. And that's really it. So basically just listen to your body. Right, so I hope everyone's alright. Sorry about that, a little bit childish. I just thought I'd get it out of the way. Right, shall we get on to today's exercise? Right, before I do go on, there are 2 exercises which might need regressions, drastically. Okay, there's number 2, which is a pike press, and then number 3, which is the chest raise. So pike press is you get down into a press up position, you then stick your bottom up in the air, and basically you're trying to get your head to your hands. As long as you have that action, you are working your shoulders. So you could do it, there's a table there, you could stick your bottom out and go towards the table. Be careful though, you need a bit of proprioception, you need to know when to stop. Hair helps. If you don't want to do that, you can always do shoulder press. The reason why I put this in today is it's a little bit more intensive. You can use a chair, especially for people with bad wrists. If you go forward, get your elbows down, and if you just miss your head slightly onto the cushion, you're still working the shoulders, but you've got to make sure that that doesn't move in that direction. That's why I've got the stool on. But if you want to use the stool, you can, but because you're pressing at a diagonal action, it may move, so make sure it's stable first. Safety first, people. I'd rather you didn't do the exercise at all than hurt yourself. The next one, the chest raise, what you can do is, if you don't want to get down on the floor, you can always pull back, nice and easy. So it's like an opposed row, opposed force row, so you're just pulling your shoulder blades back. This one, what we're going to be doing is we're going to do it on the ground. So you're down in like a Superman position, you bring your chest up, and your elbows back, and down, and up, and down. Now, if you've got osteoporosis, osteopenia, you might want to actually do this standing, because that could put extra pressure. You don't have to go up as far, just as long as you're trying to get those elbows back. You could even just bring your elbows back, so your hands are on the floor, and you're just looking at the floor. But it's not, you can still get a little bit of pressure in your back. So use whichever progression or regression that you want, and we'll get on with the exercise, okay? I'm going to leave it up to you. It's for you to discern. Right, let's march on the spot. I hope everyone's having a nice day. It looks like it's going to be a nice day. It looks like it's going to be a nice weekend. I'm looking forward to it. I wonder why. Excellent, good. Right, let's get those knees a little bit higher. Right, anyone with the tight backside like myself at the moment, with all the exercise I've done with my glutes this week, I'm going to go pull into the chest, down, pull into the chest, down. Try not to pull in like that, because it puts pressure on your back. Just you're pulling your knee to your chest, make your chest to your knee. Right, high knees again. I hope you can hear me, apart from that. And we're going to go wide. Get those arms moving as well. Right, I have actually written it wrong. Number 9 should be ab rocker, not ab roller, because we're not using an ab roller machine. Sorry, that's my own fault. Right, we're just going to do reach overs. To get your shoulders working. We are going to do my modified ones. I have got a new name for it there. What have we got? Power reach overs, that's it. You know, you've got to make it sound really, really ostentatious, haven't you? You've got to make it sound more than it is. I'm not as narcissistic as some people, I won't call it after myself. Richard's reach over. Even though it does have a really good ring. Excellent, good. Now we're going to do high prayer. Put your hands together. Get those elbows back. Try not to swing with the waist. Brilliant. Doing well. Right, well, thank you very much today. No. Right, we're going to push forward now. Cross those arms. We can march on the spot as well with this. My arms are already feeling tight as it is. Right, let's march. Almost ready for the first exercise. What we're going to do is we're going to do squatted toe touches. Well, squat toe touches. So we're going to be, I'll show you the exercise now. So shoulder width apart, bum back. As we go down, then you're going to reach down and touch the opposite toe, up, down, and over. Try not to twist your knees, okay? It's more of a spinal twist rather than a hip twist. Otherwise you'll be putting extra pressure on your knees. Right, we're ready. In 3, 2, 1, and oh, you stopped.
Exercise 1.
And let's go. That's it. Make sure you get down to the squat before you start twisting, because otherwise your knees will twist. "15 seconds left. This is where I'm going to need to move the clock in a minute. I might actually move it down here
3,
so I can see it better.
2, 1.
And well, let's change exercise. So we've got the pike press. Oh, sorry, microphone falling over. So pike press up. If you want to do any other regression, please do. I'm going to get down into the pike position. So press up position, arms underneath the shoulders, push back, and let's go. So it's almost like being the pork, you're kissing the floor. So this is around about 1/2 of your body weight. So unfortunately, the larger you are, the worse it is. "5 seconds. 3.
2, 1. Change exercise.
Excellent. So we're going to go down to the chest raise. So people who want to do it standing up, please do it standing up. So the Superman position. I hope you can hear me from down here. In 3, 2, 1, and
Exercise 3.
pull back. That's it, keep it going. Beware of those pains. Any pains? Stop it, regress it. Also, some ladies, you may need a cushion underneath your bosoms. That'll help.
Three, 2, 1. Change exercise.
Excellent. Gosh, doing well. Right, we're going to do power reach over now. So we're going to go shoulder width apart, feet tend to stay still. We're going to go back, so your elbow goes all the way back, and then we're going to go across
2,
until your
1.
bicep touches your ear.
Exercise 4.
We're going to do one side. So try not to have too much of a twist. We're going to lean over, and now my clock's fallen over. That's what I get for moving it. So pull back and force, and force. And let's change sides. If anything like me, with no hair, whenever you do this, you end up slapping your forehead and it actually makes a slapping sound. That's where the idea of slap it comes from, probably. 5 seconds.
3,
2,
1.
1.
Change exercise.
Brilliant, right, we're going to do squatted ab crunches. Right, this is another new one. People with, you shouldn't have problems with osteopenia or osteoporosis, because what we're doing is we're actually contracting the abs just to roll us in a little bit. We're going to be getting down in squatted positions, we're going to be looking up, and then you're just going to squeeze, elbows down to the knees, back up.
Exercise
Squeeze,
5.
and back up. And let's go. Squeeze. Make sure those knees are over the toes, not too far, not in front. Get those hips back. So squeeze. So you're not trying to get your shoulders down, you're trying to like just squeeze your abdominals. So you're not really moving much, you're just squeezing your tummy. It's a difficult manoeuvre.
3,
2,
1.
1.
Change exercise.
Wow! Right, we've got a good morning, so we're going to get the weights out this time. The next exercise, if you want to use the stool, you can do for the Russian twist. But for the good morning, we're going to put the weights up against our chest.
3,
We're
2,
just going to bend
1.
over
Exercise
and
6.
back up again. So it's a nice counterpoint to the last exercise. You might have felt that your back was being worked as you were actually coming backwards on that squatted ab crunch. This is going to extend more of the hamstrings and the lower back. So really what you're trying to do is the weight's trying to stay on one plane up, that way. So it should always stay there. It's like a piston going up and down. And what's happening is your hips are going backwards.
3, 2, 1. Change
Brilliant, right, we're going to do Russian twist. So if you want to have a seat on a chair, you can do. And we'll go on the floor. And we're going to go from side to side. Try not to do that with your knees, don't twist with your knees too much because you bring your hips
3,
into it.
2, 1.
Let's go.
Exercise 7.
That's it, good. Nice and easy twist, nothing too fast. Don't want to damage that spine. You definitely don't want to damage someone else's. I must apologise for any kind of large balls of cat hair which keep blowing through. Last couple of nights we've had invasions of cats in here, and my cat has been trying to fight them off, and I've been down here trying to actually corral them out. Very difficult when they've got all teeth and claws.
3, 2, 1. Change
Excellent,
exercise.
good. Right, next one. I can't see what my exercises are now. What is it? Oh, ab rollers. We're going to stay down on the floor. Oh no, sorry, bicycle crunch. Bicycle crunch. So we're going to get down on the floor. People who want to stand upright, just basically elbows to knees. So we're going to actually keep our legs up. We're going to go for alternate sides. Try and get your hands behind your ears. Don't pull your chin into your chest like that. Look up to the ceiling. Nice easy motion. I like a piston motion like this. Some people go around. I like the pistol motion because it's like this. Piston motion, sorry, not pistol. Because it's low to the ground, it's a lot harder. 3, 2, 1. Right, the ab rocker. So what we're going to do is, not the ab roller, we're going to put our hands next to our knees. And then what we're going to do is we're going to roll, we're going to try to use our tummy to get us up, slightly onto our bottom, and then onto our shoulders. So we are actually rolling on our spine.
1.
If you've got anything wrong with your spine, don't do this exercise, just sit out for a minute. I've got a deviated sacrum, which is just near the coccyx, so this can hurt, so try not to get your feet to touch the ground. Mine rubs quite a bit, so I need a lot of padding, and as you can see, I'm actually moving down the mat. The harder it is if you don't put your hands on your knees, because you've really got to use your stomach muscles to move you. 3, 2, 1.
Change exercise.
Brilliant, last exercise. Hard, isn't it? Right, we're going to stay down here on the ground. People who stood up, if you want to use the sideboard, you can always do a quadruped that way with a knee tuck. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our arms and elbows in and then go out to a nice long straight pointed dog position.
Exercise.
And then we're going to swap over to the other side. So in, out, down, in, swap, down, swap, in, out, down, swap. The reason why we're not doing on one side now is you're really getting your body to think, wait up, I need to balance a bit differently. But you start at the crunch, end at the crunch.
Three,
2, 1.
water break.
And water break time. Excellent. Oh, my monitor's gone all blurry. I hope it's not breaking on me. So, how was that for everyone? If you've got questions about regressions and progressions, now's the time to put it in. Right, I think I'm going to move this out of the way so I can see my notes. There we go. Remember to have some water. Right. Oh, it's getting warmer again. Are we ready? We've got 30 seconds left. Sorry about this, one more moment. Hay fever hit me really hard this morning. $15 seconds, so we're going to do squat toe touches. In 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So squat, then touch and up. Squat and back to the middle and up. So you remember, it's don't touch until you've got down in your squat. If you can't touch your toes, it doesn't matter, touch as far down as you can get. But always try and get that bottom back. So you're like a little robot. Robots can only do one motion at a time, unless they're programmed differently. $10 seconds.
3,
2, 1.
Change
Excellent, Pike Press. So remember, you can do it either way. People with high blood pressure, you might find that blood rushes to your head quite a lot for this. So you might want to do it more elevated, or just do dumbbell shoulder press.
3, 2, 1.
Are you ready?
Exercise 2.
Let's go. I like to get my elbows going backwards slightly, so I'm not actually putting any stress on my shoulder joint. And my trainers are coming apart. Oh dear. I'm probably going red in the face now. I always do. 15 seconds. 5 seconds.
3, 2, 1. Change exercise.
Right, so we've got the chest raise. Any kind of way where you've got your head down, I always like to come out of it very slowly. You don't want to come up because you look, any kind of movement up can lower your blood pressure really quickly. And you get dizzy. So let's go down to the floor, or if you're doing the standing version, do the standing version. Leg to the chest raise. Thank you very much.
How are you on? My God.
Not so bad, thank you. Sorry, I'm actually on a live stream at the moment.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright. shame. I'd like to talk to him about it, but... Excellent, good, 10 seconds left.
Three, two, one. Change exercise.
Brilliant. Right, nice and slowly up. Right, we've got the power reach over. Okay, strength male. Always get worried with male. It's never a nice letter, is it?
Two,
Right.
one.
Remember to pull back.
Exercise 4.
So you're pulling back. You're not twisting. You're pulling back. So your shoulder blades are going back and then over. So you're trying to keep your shoulders facing front as much as possible. So you really are pulling that shoulder blade back. It's like just then on the floor. That was like a very strange breaststroke. This is the single-handed one, and let's change arms. Sorry, I'll let us go a little bit over time then. So we're gonna do 5 more seconds.
3, 2,
Ignore her.
1.
5 more
Change
seconds.
exercise.
We can do it. And that's that. Right, 15 seconds, then we've got squatted ab crunches. So, if you're having problems with this while squatted, sit down on your stool. You can do it that way. But the reason why I'm doing it this way is it really concentrates your abs.
Exercise
And let's
5.
go down and up. Down and up. So you notice, I'm not doing much of a change. All I'm doing is trying to clench my abs, and that's why I'm finding it hard to talk, because as I do it, my diaphragm gets pushed up, and basically I'm trying not to hold my breath, because that's what happens when you really do tighten your abdominals. You'll try and breathe through it. Might not feel like it now, but you'll feel it as well, as you can tell with the bicycle crunches and everything.
1. Change exercise.
Excellent, good. Right, come up nice and slowly. You'll need to after that. So, good morning. Good morning.
Three, two, one. Exercise
Ah, let's
6.
go. So, good morning. As I was saying, trying to keep the weights on that one long line, going up from the floor straight through your head. So the only way to actually get them down is to push your bottom backwards. Yeah, I look quite good on that. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes it's nice to be able to see myself in a video, just to see that I'm doing it correctly. 5 seconds.
3,
2,
2,
1.
Change exercise.
Brilliant. Right, we're going to get down now and do the Russian twist. Oh, I almost popped my crisp packets then by leaning on them. Right, so as you remember, we're just going to twist at the waist,
3, 2,
not at the hips.
1.
Let's go.
Exercise 7.
Try and get as far back as possible. Doesn't matter if you let your shoulders assist you slightly by trying to get back further. I like trying to touch the ground. If you want to do a harder version, you can always have your feet in the air. That's the proper version, but most people just like to put the feet down. We're doing a lot of ab exercises anyway, it doesn't matter. Again, it's distinctly up to you. I can't see you, so I don't know how well you're working or how well you're not working.
3, 2, 1.
But
Change exercise.
I'm hoping that in any one of my classes, you're working well. And you can, gosh, mate, I'm getting a bit hoarse. Right, so ab rock. I'm losing my voice. Ab rocker. That could be a good thing. I'm losing my voice. So
3,
remember to
2,
round that back slightly and rock on it.
Exercise 8.
So even if you only do this, it's good. But you have to aim to try and almost balance on your bottom without your feet touching. But if your head touches the floor when you go back, you've gone too far. So you can see I'm looking at the ceiling most of the time. That's where my hands are pointing where I'm looking. my head is not touching the floor. I'm using my abdominals and core to move. It's really odd that you can do it. I find this a really difficult exercise, but I love it. 2,
Change
1,
exercise.
and change exercise. Right, last one, we've got the quadruped. Oh, we don't have missed one. We have. Bicycle crunch. Yeah, I always miss that bicycle crunch. Let's get back down again.
2, 1.
So remember,
Exercise
alternate
9.
arm to alternate knee. You can do a bit faster if you want. Don't have to do it too fast. You're trying to build up core stability here. If you do it fast, you're not as stable. That's more of a cardio movement if you want to do faster. 15 seconds. 10. 5,
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Change
Brilliant.
exercise.
Right, just lie back. Oh, get your tummy working again, and then get into your quadruped position. Remember, if you actually want to do it standing upright, you can use the wife's walker for this. You can always
3,
go out,
2,
in, out, in.
Exercise 10.
Okay, right. Oh, can't get it back. Let's go. So, knee, out, knee, swap. Knee, out, knee, swap. If you have problems with your wrist, go on your fists. Because we're not actually putting that much pressure through your arms on the floor. As long as you're not actually doing it on the hard ground, you'll be fine.
1. Water break.
Excellent, water break. Then last time through. Oh, as you can see, loads of flowers. That's not all of them. We've just been rearranging them from Vic's kind flower donations. They're very beautiful. Really on my chest though. That's probably why I'm actually having trouble breathing at the moment. Yeah, the reason why I love those. I almost grabbed that to drink it. Squatted toe touches in 40 seconds. I might accelerate it a little bit. I'm sure you're all raring to go. No, you are. Not you, but you. Yeah. Right, let's go. In 2, 1, and squatted toe touches. So squat down, twist, touch, back, up, down, touch. That's it. So quite robotic in movements. You can see there's a lot of twisting in this exercise today. A lot of shoulders, a lot of legs, lots of twisting. Really, it's a full body exercise session. 5 seconds left. Have you noticed?
2.
We're talking about a robot and my hands are in like a robot
Change
position.
exercise.
Right, pike press up. So this is actually, I find this easier on my wrists because my wrists are actually, if I get in the press up position when I push back,
3,
you notice there's
2,
a lesser
1.
angle on my wrist to the
Exercise
floor.
2.
And let's go. You might feel a little pull in your hamstrings actually as well if you stick your bottom in the air. I can't see my money, so I can't see how well I'm doing. "13 seconds.
3, 2, 1. Change exercise.
Brilliant, right, we've got the chest raise. So flashing light on my mouse then, it's my flashing light up there, which is actually pointing to the ceiling at the moment.
2,
Oh dear.
1. Exercise 3.
Let's go. So pull back, pull those shoulder blades down, and together. I'm keeping my hands slightly above the floor. It's almost like I'm a hovercraft. "15 seconds. Sorry, that was me looking at the timer.
3,
2.
1. Change exercise.
Nice and easy. Push yourself up. Don't want to get too dizzy. Power reach over.
Three, 2, 1. Exercise 4.
Oh right, sorry. Yes, I missed that comment. Sorry about the aggression for number 2. Sorry. Right, power reach over. Push. And change sides. So elbow back. I'll quickly show you the Pike Press regression now. I'm sorry, but I know we're not doing it again, but for future reference you might be able to remember it.
3,
2, 1. I know it's a difficult
Change
one.
exercise.
So what you could do is, you have a chair there, especially with rubber stoppers on the bottom, put your hands on the side, step back, bend at the waist, and then you can go towards the chair with your head,
3,
almost going on your cushion.
1. Exercise
That's a
5.
good regression. You can do it on the sideboard as well. Sorry, the clock's getting ahead of me now. Squatted ab crunch. There we go. So we're actually in that, so you don't have to do as much. So let's squat down and crunch the abs. Or you could do shoulder press with the dumbbells. So you're going up instead. Three seconds. 2, 1. Slowly get up.
Change exercise.
I hope that answered your question. Sorry about that. Sorry I didn't catch it beforehand. Good morning. That's a problem sometimes with live streams. The message can take a few minutes to come through.
3, 2, 1. Exercise 6.
Let's bend over and back again. So if you concentrate on your legs, you can actually tell which one's the stronger one. Because this one is my stronger leg, which is strange because that's the one I had my thrombosis in. But this one shakes as I go down. My green one shakes, should I say. 7 seconds.
3,
2,
1.
1. Brilliant.
Change
Right, I'm
exercise.
actually going to use the stool and show you the Russian twist on the stool. You won't really be able to elevate your feet very much because if you do, you might roll off it. You can do it that way, but it's a little bit more dangerous, so it's more like an extreme sport.
3.
So a Russian twist
2,
sat here, you just go like that, and you turn to the
Exercise
side,
7.
turn to the side, almost like trying to touch the back of the actual stool. So you don't have to be on the stool at the moment, I'm just showing you. It is a little easier, especially to get down, but it is actually easier to do the exercise as well because your knees are slightly more bent, you're higher up, there's not as much angle in your hips, so you're not really bringing the lower abdominals into count that much, so you just have to deal with your back and your obliques.
3, 2, 1. Change
Right,
exercise.
I'm going to remember this one this time. Bicycle crunch. So remember, people who want to regress it can always be standing upright. Do it that way instead. It's not as effective. That's the problem with regressions. They're definitely not
3,
as effective.
2,
But
1.
if it's all you can do, it's all you
Exercise
can do.
8.
Let's go. So if you notice, this is actually, if I flip myself over on my knees, it'd be almost like the quadruped knee tuck, but from a different angle. But if I did it this fast, I'd be taking off. 12 seconds.
Three,
2,
1.
1.
Change exercise.
Brilliant. Right. Next one I think is the, I can't remember it. Abro rocker. Right, just lie down, have a sleep. I can't say anything because that's still's in the way.
3,
You ready?
2, 1.
And
Exercise
do a little
9.
rocking. If you're anything like me in the classes, I like to try and go aroundwards like that. And then I go backwards. You don't have to do that because you have to actually use a lot of lateral flexion of the spine, trying to go sideways to actually get you going round. It works your abs a lot more. You can see I was using the momentum from my feet. I was the feet coming up and then coming down again, trying to get me going. That's
Change
cheeky a little bit,
exercise.
sorry. Right, last exercise. These are the quadruped. Remember, people with bad wrists, you can always use your fingers, hands down. That's why I've got my padded gloves on, because I find it easier on the knuckles.
3, 2, 1. Exercise 10.
So, crunch, out, crunch, crunch, out, crunch. Do it at your own pace. It's not a race. Do it at your own pace, it's not a race. I like that. Brilliant, got 9 seconds left.
3, 2, 1.
And,
Cool down.
right, cool down. So what we're going to do, we're going to flip over on our back. Nice and easy. We're going to start this time with our knee to our chest, pulling tight. Try and really stretch those hamstrings across the glutes, and then stretch your glutes itself. So you can see I'm actually pulling my knee, my heel into my glutes to try and get a nice thigh stretch at the same time. So we're dealing with the hamstring, top upper part of your hamstring, glutes and thigh. Right, we're going to swap legs, the other leg. Almost there. 2, 1. Right, we're going to raise the first leg into the hamstring stretch, so you might be able to get it up a little bit more. That's it, good. Right, toe to the ceiling. Try not to kill those toes in. Toe to your face. Not toed. Not asking you to go out and get toed. Excellent, good. Right, lower that leg down. I almost did the next into the chest then. And other leg. get used to doing things in certain situations, and then when you change the actual order of them, it confuses you, especially me. Right towards the ceiling. I'm not pointing it that much, but I'm actually still getting a nice stretch in the front of my shin. I'm pointing down again. Three, two, one, and down. What we're going to do now is I'm going to shift over a little bit. I don't want to smack the cabinet. Arms out straight, one knee up. Good. Let our knee fall over. Try and keep the shoulder blades on the ground as much as possible. But if you can't, it doesn't matter. Just as long as you get a nice stretch in the back. Again, any pain, slowly come out of it, and then just go back until there's only discomfort. I'm feeling this a little bit in my hip as well, which is good. It's a nice hip stretch. And let's change sides, nice and easy. As I always say, with your spine, you can't come out of your exercises too quickly because you don't want to damage it. Maybe that's because I'm old. Or so my daughters keep saying anyway. Anyone over 20 is old to them. And let's go back again. Right, let's sit up nice and easy. Hands right behind us. And what we're going to do is we're going to get our feet at the heels onto the floor, and then just push up. So we can stretch our shoulders. Just make it like a table. If you've got bad shoulders, I won't do this. Arm back down again. Right, whilst we're on the floor, we might as well just open that chest up. So hands facing forward, so neutral grip, or neutral hands. Pronate the grip, so basically your hands go backwards, push backwards. And then let's press up. So really stretch that spine. When you release down this time, don't smack your fingers on that thing on the floor. 3, 2, 1, and release. And thank you very much everyone for partaking.
2, 1.
I hope that was alright for everyone.
Timer is complete.
And the timer has just been completed, which is good because I'm never on time. Well, I am actually always on time. I'm always early, but on the classes, I was run over. Anyway, but thank you very much all for coming. Hopefully see you all on Monday. I'll probably be glowing with joy. I'll probably really hating myself after my airsoft on Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope everyone has a nice weekend. Keep safe, especially in Pendle. Remember to wear those masks. Oh yeah, all UK now as well. So be safe, be careful, and be fit. And I'll see you all on Monday. Take care for now.